It is Tuesday, June 25th, and I have tips for Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, as well as Teams today. Our first example today is from Microsoft Excel. This is a real life example where I have different quantities available of different loaner equipment. And I can highlight the part number and the long description, hit Control C, but then in the lower left-hand corner, have to go from sheet 1 to sheet 2. Sheet 2, Control V to paste and put in a requested quantity. And then I need to do this over and over, going back and forth from sheet 1, navigating to an area, and then in the lower left, sheet 2. Well, you'll notice at the top of sheet 1, I have the keyboard shortcut listed. Control and page down, notice that I'm on sheet 1. Control page down, I'm immediately on sheet 2. And just like with control page down, if I hit control page up, I'm back on sheet 1. I can also put in links. So if I find myself wanting to go to sheet 2 in a particular area, under the insert menu towards the right, link, insert link, I can put in that I want to go to sheet 2 when I click on that, and even the cell number, in this case A19 or A20. Okay, and then when I click here, notice not only am I on sheet 2, but I'm in cell A20. Sheet 1 takes me back to A20 on sheet 1. So those are a couple tips or tricks for navigating multiple sheets in Excel. Our next tip today is in Microsoft Word. So I'm working from left to right, or sorry, right to left on my taskbar. Here you can see that I have a Surface Tips and Tricks Word document, and I have a graphic of a Surface Pro. And if I go under the highlight for the picture, Format Picture Tool menu, which is context sensitive, and I choose Remove Background, Word takes its best guess at what to remove. Because this is a surface, I can actually use my pen to draw in the areas that I would like to include, which include the frame of the Surface device. And it's this easy for me to grab the edges of that device and picture, so that when it does the removal, I get those crisp edges that I expect. And if I look at remove background, that's where I can include in the upper left or remove areas that Word may not have chosen automatically. Super quick, super easy to crop out a background or remove a background. Sometimes it even figures that out immediately. Next, let's take a look at one in PowerPoint. So PowerPoint, I have a Tuesday Tips demo slideshow. And if I right click on this, Show is an option. What Show does is instead of opening the file and then having to either hit F5 or somehow get it into PowerPoint slideshow mode, it immediately opens my presentation in slideshow mode. I already have on this computer turned on the subtitles, and you can see those at the top of my screen. And then as I navigate through my presentation, to mention that I do Tuesday and Thursday tips, my LinkedIn information, maybe I use my pen to highlight something about where to go to connect with me on LinkedIn, how to spell my last name, how to access my Twitter account, and my channel on YouTube. I can do so by getting right into the slideshow as opposed to having to start in PowerPoint and then choose to start a slideshow. So right click and Show off of the context menu. So I recorded these out of order. This is the Outlook tip. And I'm sitting in Outlook, and in the lower left, you can see that it's easy enough for me to hover over my calendar to maybe see what days of the week are, hover over different things down here to see previews. But one thing that I can do is use Control 2 to pop over and take a look at my calendar for today, and Control 1 to return to my inbox. Control 3 is contacts. The other thing I can do in Outlook is take something like this Warby Parker email. Maybe this was to schedule a follow-up appointment. I can drag it and release it on the calendar, and notice that it'll come up and suggest the date and time, including the email and the information about maybe my upcoming appointment. Let's say the follow-up is something that I need to schedule maybe the third Thursday in July. I know that's a good day for me, the Thursdays. I can type in third Thursday of July, hit enter, and notice without having to even click on the calendar to figure that out, third Thursday in July, bam, I'm right there with that. And then I can save and close this to remind me on July 18th to go over to Warby Parker. Finally for today, let's look at a Teams tip or trick. You can see here to the left that I have many teams and many channels within those teams. Some are hidden and some are visible. I can actually show or hide different channels that I have interest in by going under the hidden channels and showing them, or going to a channel that is shown and hiding it to change the list view to make it easier to consume. I can also hit the Control G, and notice that takes me up to the search bar in the middle of the top of the application, and I can type in things like downtown to go directly to a channel, Downtown Chicago Meetings, under Microsoft Midwest Toastmasters Club. It's that easy with go to and typing to maybe change to something with MCT, the MCT resources channel under the regional leads, go to something about career development, and look at everything that includes that career word as a channel or a team.